The Bourbon Experience field trip continues with Buffalo Trace's O.F.C. Okay, welcome back. I'm still at my buddy Jason's bar, the Locked Barrel in downtown Sacramento. Again, he's running this half off, one pour per day through January. My last video, I reviewed the Michter's 20, which was absolutely phenomenal. I want to finish that bottle, but obviously I'm not allowed to do that. I saw that he had the O.F.C. 1994 from Buffalo Trace, which I have never tried any of the O.F.C. stuff, so I'm going to give this a try as well. This is coming in at 90 proof, and this was the 1994, so this was distilled in 94. If this is anything like the Weller Millennium, where it was, you know, distilled in like 2000, 2001, 2000, like if it has that kind of similar profile, but just different recipe, I think we're in for a treat. This is 90 proof, I believe I said that. So hopefully there's enough character through just being a high quality old whiskey that 90 proof really shines. The Michter's 20 year, I think was like 57%. So it was a little bit higher proof, but that's okay. So we're gonna get into this now and see what is all about. Obviously these come in like a beautiful presentation, beautiful bottle. The box is awesome. The O.F.C, oh my gosh, I can smell it coming out of the glass already. The O.F.C stands for the Old Fashioned Copper Distillery. I believe that was E.H. Taylor initial distillery at the Buffalo Trace location prior to partnering up with George C. Stagg, and then George C. Stagg taking over the distillery and then renaming it the Old Stagg Distillery. So a little bit of that. But man, that vintage funk, as soon as I poured it, came out screaming. So that nose is ridiculous. There is a pretty heavy oak presence, and this is non-age statement. At least on the bottle, I couldn't see anything that had the age on it, but it smells like it's been aged for quite some time. Yeah, I would guess, I mean, it almost smells like 15 plus years, but it also has that vintage funk. It has the cherry. Not so much grape, almost like a medicinal cherry. Not too medicinal, but a little bit. A little bit of vanilla. So maybe even like a cherry vanilla soda. But there is that kind of syrupiness, the cherry, the vanilla, the oak, and then the vintage funk, like heavy. Man, that smells ridiculous. Way better than I expected, because I've never had an O.F.C. I thought for the price, I thought for the availability, the markup, everything being 90 proof, I thought maybe it was a little bit gimmicky, or maybe wouldn't live up to other things that you can get at a more reasonable price and availability and higher proof. But this is pretty ridiculous. All right, let's try it. That's really good. I mean, it tastes exactly like it smells. Vintage funk, cherry, vanilla, oak. It has that like thickness of older bourbons, and that just kind of fills up your nasal cavity, everything. It's almost like there's just a thickness to it, like a dusty basement or attic or something like that. God, that's nice. And like the spice, the barrel spice that lingers for 90 proof. This doesn't drink like your 10-year Eagle Rare 90 proof that drinks really light. This drinks it's very mouth coating. It's viscous. There's barrel spice. It lingers. The finish is there. At 90 proof, I would not guess this was 90 proof. Man, I have started the day off with some absolute monsters, starting with the Michter's 20, then this, and then gonna go and shoot my Booker's tournament with my buddy Brian. I might have done myself a disservice for that, but it was worth the sacrifice, to say the least. God, that's good. Okay, I don't have anything else. That's fantastic. Come down to Locked Barrel, downtown Sacramento. Get yourself a ridiculous pour for a very, very reasonable price, and then come back the next day and try a different one, as long as these supplies last, because I imagine they will not last too long, especially after some of the Facebook posts I saw yesterday. So I was lucky enough to come down here and knock this out. And I think that's everything. So I'll catch you guys soon. As always, the bourbon experience is all about good pours and great times with whoever you're with. Whiskey meant to be enjoyed. Crack those bottles. Cheers.